This is One Sentence News, a daily podcast featuring 3 news stories with a sentence-long summary and 1 sentence of context apiece. I'm Colin Wright. It's Tuesday, December 28th, 2021. Let's talk about the news. From Reuters, death toll from Brazil flooding rises in Bahia's worst disaster ever. The northeast Brazilian state of Bahia has suffered intermittent flooding for several weeks after a long period of drought, which has led to catastrophic conditions on the ground that knocked out 2 dams early on Christmas Day, leading to even more flooding. At least 20 people have died in rising floodwaters across 11 municipalities, and the Bahia state governor has called this the worst disaster the state has ever experienced. From the Wall Street Journal, millions in UK await treatment, but not for COVID. At the end of October, about 6 million British citizens were on the waiting list for some kind of non-COVID-related elective procedure that wasn't life-threatening enough to require emergency attention. That's up 41% from March of 2020. And more than 300,000 of the people on that list have been waiting for over a year, which is 100 times the number of people waiting that long in March of 2020. COVID is straining medical systems around the world, but the UK has a famously beloved centralized healthcare system that keeps numbers on this sort of thing. So we're able to quantify this type of backlog there with better resolution than elsewhere. This backup is considered to be representative of what's happening globally, however, as people put off treatments and procedures they believe can wait in order to avoid long waiting times or the risk of visiting a hospital during a pandemic. And folks who are keen to get something done aren't always able to do so in a timely fashion because so much medical infrastructure, very much including the doctors and nurses and other employees, are full up, worn out, or sick. And from Axios, winter storms lash Pacific Northwest as southern states swelter. Thousands of households and businesses in the U.S. Pacific Northwest lost power yesterday as winter storms plowed through the area, closing several highways and heralding record-setting cold weather, even as much of the U.S. South was experiencing its warmest December in recorded history. File this under the weather is being strange and only going to get weirder from here on out. A lot of roads and buildings and power grids are being near continuously stressed and pushed to their limits these days as the climate shifts and weather patterns deviate from their previous norms. Based on global events, but also the best data available, this is only the beginning of what we can expect in the coming decades and is something we'll be seeing different permutations of globally. If you're finding some value in One Sentence News, consider leaving a quick review wherever you get your podcasts and/or sharing the show with a friend. You can find out more about this show or subscribe to the email version at onesentencenews.com, and you can support this and other related projects like the Let's Know Things and Brain Lenses podcasts at understandery.com.